Israel has killed a senior Hamas leader in Lebanon, the Red Sea continues to stay hot, and a Chinese spy balloon is back. This is the Aftermath Daily, January 2nd, 2024. Israel has assassinated Salah al-Ori, the deputy leader of Hamas, in an alleged drone strike in Beruit in a significant escalation of the ever-growing ongoing conflict in the Middle East. This strike, which resulted in the deaths of 6 individuals, including al-Ori, targeted a Hamas office in Lebanon's capital. Al-Ori, a senior figure in Hamas, was second in command, and had been targeted for Israel even before the war commenced on October 7th. As the deputy chairman of Hamas's political bureau and the group's military commander in the West Bank, al-Ori was a key player in the organization's leadership, deeply involved in its political and militant activities, making him a high-value target for Israel. His assassination marks a critical point in the ongoing conflict, reflecting the intensity and the complexity of the Israel-Hamas war. The Lebanese prime minister condemned the attack, viewing it as an attempt to draw Lebanon into the Israel-Hamas war. Israeli politicians publicly praised the Israeli security forces for the successful operation, despite instructions to refrain from commenting on the strike. The conflict has seen a continuous exchange of hostilities, with rockets being launched from Gaza towards southern Israel after a 42-hour lull and Israeli tanks pulling back from parts of northern Gaza. The Israeli military has shifted its focus to more targeted operations against Hamas in the northern Gaza Strip. Meanwhile, international reactions have been varied, with Malaysia expressing support for South Africa's genocide case against Israel at the International Court of Justice over alleged violations in Gaza. The situation remains tense and complex, with various political and military maneuvers unfolding across the region. Maersk has suspended operations in the Red Sea. The shipping giant Maersk has once again suspended its operations through the Red Sea, a crucial maritime route following an attack by the Houthi rebels. This decision underscores the growing concern over the safety and security of commercial shipping in this strategically important region. The Red Sea is a vital corridor for global trade, and disruptions like this can have significant implications for international shipping and trade flows. The Houthi rebels, engaged in a protracted conflict in Yemen, have previously targeted shipping routes and vessels, raising alarms about the risk to maritime traffic in the area. Maersk's pause in operations is a response to these heightened security threats, reflecting the broader challenges faced by shipping companies operating in conflict-prone regions. This suspension is not just a logistical challenge, but also a geopolitical statement, highlighting the volatile nature of the region. The Red Sea, a key global shipping lane, is now at the center of an escalating regional tension, with the Houthi rebels' actions directly impacting international trade. This disruption could lead to significant delays and increased costs for global shipping, affecting economies worldwide. The situation also brings into sharp focus the broader implications of the Yemen conflict, which has far-reaching consequences beyond its borders. International stakeholders are now faced with the dual challenge of navigating the immediate threats to maritime security while also addressing the underlying political and humanitarian crises in both Yemen and Gaza. The decision by Maersk, a major player in global shipping, to halt operations is a clear indicator of the seriousness of the situation and may prompt a reevaluation of strategic strategies and international responses to ensure the safety of key maritime routes. Chinese spy balloons are back. Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense has reported a concerning development with the detection of 2 Chinese spy balloons crossing the sensitive median line between Taiwan and China, one of which flew directly over the island. This incident, occurring over the Taiwan Strait, a critical and strategically sensitive waterway, has raised alarms in Taipei. The balloons were observed at significant altitudes, between 30,000 and 32,000 feet, and were seen crossing the median line late on January 1st at 2 different locations. This event is particularly noteworthy as Taiwan is on the cusp of a pivotal presidential election scheduled for January 13th. The Taiwanese authorities have reported 6 such incidents in December alone, suggesting an uptick in surveillance and reconnaissance activity by China. The use of balloons for such purposes has become a politically charged issue, especially in the wake of similar incidents involving other nations, i.e. the United States. The recent sightings of Chinese spy balloons over Taiwan are not just isolated incidents, but part of a broader pattern of escalating tensions and surveillance tactics in the region. The use of such aerial devices for surveillance has been a point of international contention, highlighted by the incident where the United States shot down what it described as a Chinese spy balloon, a claim that Beijing countered by stating the craft was a civilian airship blown off course. The increasing frequency of these occurrences in Taiwan's airspace, especially in the context of the upcoming presidential election, could be interpreted as a provocative move by China. It underscores the complex and often strained dynamics of cross-strait relations where both surveillance and military posturing play significant roles. These developments are likely to have implications, not only for Taiwan's national security, but also for the broader geopolitical stability in the region, particularly as other nations, like the United States, are watching closely. The Epstein list is set to be revealed. The impending release of Jeffrey Epstein's list is set to reveal the names of prominent individuals associated with the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender. Epstein, who died by suicide in a jail cell in 2019, has been a figure of intense scrutiny due to his connections with high-profile figures, including Prince Andrew and former US President Bill Clinton. While Clinton has not been accused of any illegal activities, he has been mentioned in connection with Epstein, including allegations of meeting on Epstein's private island, which Clinton has vehemently denied. The list, part of sealed court documents from a defamation lawsuit by one of Epstein's accusers, is expected to include more than 150 names. These documents could shed light on the extent of Epstein's network and those who continue to associate with him and his former girlfriend and convicted accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, after his 2008 conviction for procuring sex from a minor. The release of these names is anticipated to cause significant public and media attention, with potential implications for the individuals involved. Notable figures linked to Epstein include billionaire Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates and former Treasury Secretary Lawrence Summers, both of whom have expressed their regret over their association with Epstein. The current allegations have led to settlements and legal battles, most notably with Prince Andrew and attorney Alan Dershowitz. The unsealing of these documents, ordered by U.S. District Judge Loretta Preska, is a significant step towards uncovering the full extent of Epstein's connections and the impact of his actions on his victims and society at large.